Ocean.
The stations of KUAM, proud sponsor of the 12th Festival of Pacific Arts, Guam 2016. What we own, what we have, what we share, united voice of the Pacific.
Closed captioning is brought to you by IT&D.
KUAM News Headlines is presented by Calvo's Insurance, a legacy of trust, serving Micronesia for over 75 years. Matson Navigation, proud sponsor of FestPac 2016. Cars Plus, Dodge Challenger, the undisputed champion. IP&E, fueling excellence. McDonald's of Guam, I'm loving it. Pacific Solar, and King's Restaurant.
A dozen years on a month-to-month contract, and yet there's another roadblock ahead, the latest with public transit.
Plus, the verdict has been reached in a case involving a Guard member accused of fraud.
And a 2-year journey around the globe leads them to our very hospitable island. And with that, we say hot day and good evening. If you're joining us live on KUAM TV or watching our YouTube stream, wherever you are, happy Chamorro Month, everybody.
The longtime contractor for the public bus system has filed a protest against the Guam Regional Transit Authority. Kloppenberg Enterprises is challenging a decision to cancel the bid to operate the buses and reopen it to new bidders. Nestor Lecanto reports.
Mostly because of legal challenges, the public bus system has been operating on month-to-month contracts for more than a dozen years. But last year, the Supreme Court ordered GRTA to proceed under a multi-step bid process where companies first meet technical requirements and then submit pricing. Kloppenberg Enterprises was the lone bidder and said it had been waiting months to move on to the second step. But they found out a few weeks ago that GRTA got the General Services Agency to cancel the new bid, citing the purchase of new buses. Company Vice President Brad Kloppenberg says they're challenging that.
They're stating there's a change in the specifications, but really they clearly identified the intent for these vehicles to be used as part of this multi-step bid.
In short, Kloppenberg says it was always part of the bid that the successful contractor would operate GRTA's equipment, so it's not clear to him why they would consider it a change. He wants GSA to reverse its decision and proceed with the bid.
We haven't even got to the phase of where we submit a price to, for the services that they're requesting, and so that's really all we want is to move on to the next phase.
Kloppenberg says years of emergency procurement is simply not a good way for GRTA to do business.
I mean, you'd think that they'd look forward to finally making an award. They've been doing a month-to-month thing for 12 years. I know that they had come under fire with the Federal Transit Administration the latter portion of last year, where their FTA was looking at pulling their funding because they weren't able to get a bid out.
For Guam's News Network, I'm Nestor Lecanto.
We were not able to reach the Guam Regional Transit Authority for comment as of news time.
After less than a day in deliberations, a federal jury returned a not guilty verdict for Franklin Babalta, a retired National Guard lieutenant colonel accused of collecting recruiting bonuses he wasn't entitled to. Babalta was indicted along with retired National Guard Major Ambrosio Constantino. The two allegedly collected $2,000 through the Guard Recruiting Assistance Program. As you may know, it's called GRAP. While they were both initially supposed to make deals with the federal government, Chief Judge Francis Tadenko would raise concerns over how other GRAP cases were handled. As a result, both were tried by a jury separately. Last month, Constantino was convicted of theft of government property and aggravated identity theft. As of today's verdict, Babalta was acquitted of those same charges. He declined to comment after today's hearing.
In other news, a warrant for her arrest may have been filed with the courts on Friday, but days have passed and law enforcement professionals have yet to apprehend 60-year-old Berenice Toves. She was indicted last week on nearly 24 charges, most of which were felonies, including forgery, theft, and theft by deception. For nearly 2 years, Toves allegedly tampered with checks and stole hundreds of thousands of dollars from St. Francis Catholic Church in Jotnia. Toves is a longtime resident of the Central Village who worked as the church's finance officer for a decade. KUAM has confirmed she was terminated from that position, and we also reached out to Jotnia priest Father Pat Castro, but he was not able to comment on the matter.
Now, in light of recent federal and local investigations involving fraud and abuse, the Guam Housing and Urban Renewal Authority is conducting ethical training for every single employee, along with beefing up internal controls. Ken Quintanilla has more.
It's been a disappointing news. When we first heard about the tip back in early in January.
It's a tip that eventually led to the resignation of a GURA employee amid allegations of fraud. As we reported on Monday, a joint investigation was launched by HUD's Inspector General's office, the FBI, and the Guam office of the Attorney General, after a tip was received that a GURA housing specialist was allegedly soliciting a bribe from a Section 8 client. GURA Executive Director Michael Duenas says he does not take the investigation lightly.
And a situation like this kind of puts a black stain on everyone. And our challenge now is to continue to focus on providing the services to our families and to do so in an efficient and effective manner.
And while no other employee has been identified as being involved, Duenas says ethic workshops are being conducted for everyone. In January, the GURA board and senior managers received training, and last month, Section 8 staff were trained on prevention and detection for fraud, abuse, and waste.
These are some of the things we're doing to step up and protect the integrity of our programs.
Later this week, training will also be conducted for public housing and maintenance staff, along with housing specialists.
One of the things about the employees here at GURA is that they all understand that they provide a vital service that assists over 3,000 families. And that's something that gives meaning to their jobs. And for the most part, they focus on that, and they make every attempt to carry out their jobs in an ethical manner.
In the meantime, GURA is also looking to ensure tenants are following the rules. Duenas says he will start refining the process for its quality assurance program in reviewing 20% of files randomly in order to catch any abuse. He adds GURA does hear word on a regular basis about unauthorized individuals staying in assisted units.
We do investigate those tips. We do follow through with them.
In the meantime, the HUD Inspector General will be back on island later this month to continue its initial investigation on the Departmental Enforcement Center report issued last year on conflict of interest violations and the repayment of federal funds. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Ken Quintanilla.
We got a story now that you're going to really love as an expedition circumnavigating the globe has spent the past 2 weeks on Guam. Isa Baza visited the crew this afternoon and files this next report.
It was a 2-year trip around the world.
The past year, from month, we left Brazil, we went south to Uruguay, Argentina, Antarctica, which was the first time we went to Antarctica, and then all the Patagonia, Chile, Easter Island, and all Polynesia, Tonga, and then down to New Zealand, Australia, Papua New Guinea, and now to Guam.
Eloisa Sherman is the first mate for the Sherman Expedition, a 2-year voyage that set sail from Brazil in 2014. It aims to recreate the idea behind the voyage illustrated in the book 1421, the year the Chinese discovered the world, to verify the travels of Captain Zhang He. The Shermans built the 50-foot sailboat themselves, and this is their 3rd time circumnavigating the globe and 2nd time stopping here in Guam.
Before, there weren't that many buildings and not that many people. And now we came after 17 years and said, oh my God, it looks like a whole new town.
They use their world travels to educate others through online school programs, as well as film and television programs that air in countries in Latin America.
We have a program with the universities and schools throughout Brazil. They are learning throughout our trip about the world we visit. It's a dream, but to make dreams come true, you have to really be determined. There are a lot of no's. A lot of people say you are crazy, you won't be able to do it. It's very difficult. Yes, it's difficult, it's tough, but the rewards are like 99% better than anything.
To keep up with the Shermans' travels, you can visit them on their Facebook or Instagram at Familia Sherman. The boat departs tonight for Saipan and then Japan. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Isa Baza.
Stay tuned. We're back with more news after this.
Stay connected to the world at home from everywhere you are. Get the KUAM News app for the latest in local news, videos, sports, streaming, Isla 63 AM, weather, and more. Available for free now at the iTunes App Store or Google Play.
Congratulations! Just won! I did!
You too can win in Calvo's Insurance Ride Your Dreams giveaway. If you are a Calvo's Insurance home or personal auto customer, you qualify to enter by texting LOYAL to 2015. And if you need an insurance quote, text QUOTE to 2015 for a chance to win in our grocery giveaway. Thank you, KUAM, for placing your trust in Calvo's. Insure with Calvo's today and ride your dreams to reality.
Hello, I'm calling from Hawaii for the Department of Public Health and Social Services. My name is Tina. We're gathering information about the health of Guam residents.
Sure, I'd love to help out.
Over the next few months, you may receive a call on behalf of the Department of Public Health and Social Services asking you to participate in the Guam Behavioral Risk Factor Surveillance System Survey. It is the largest ongoing telephone health survey in the world. This is not a telemarketing scheme, but a legitimate survey that will collect important state-specific data on preventive health practices and risk behaviors that affect the adult population, such as diabetes, tobacco use, and obesity. This information will support public health programs and policies that are instrumental in meeting the health needs of Guam residents. So if you receive the call, please do your part in helping our island live healthier by participating in this random telephone survey. Ad made possible through the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Call 735-7289 for more details.
It's March Money Madness going on now at Triple J. Make a fast break and get 30 seconds to grab for cash in our money machine with every Honda, Acura, or Kia purchase. Get out-of-bound savings like the all-new, redesigned North American Car of the Year, the 2016 Honda Accord sedan at only $133 per paycheck, or an all-new 2016 Kia Soul or 2016 Kia Forte. Your choice at only $15,995 or $98 per paycheck, inclusive of Guam's #1 warranty. Visit our showroom in Upper Tumon today or get pre-approved instantly at carsguam.com. See dealer for details. Triple J, customers first.
Follow KUAM News on Twitter or become a fan on Facebook to get all your daily headlines from Guam's News Network.
Welcome back to Primetime on KUAM. On Monday, the governor sent the appointment letter of Christine Belletto to the legislature to serve as the new director of the Department of Administration. However, Senator Mike Sinicolas in a letter today says he will not be conducting a confirmation hearing until money is deposited into the Income Tax Refund Efficient Payment Trust Fund.
Jason, the oversight chairman on taxation, says the fund is short over $21 million. He wants Belletto to, quote, make good on DOA's obligations to comply with the law so that her confirmation process can go as smoothly as possible. The law requires 25 cents of every dollar collected in income tax should be set aside for tax refunds. Last week, $2.1 million was paid out in tax refunds, but only for returns filed up to December 31st. While no tax refunds have been paid for this year yet, during this time last year, $3.1 million had already been paid out. Now, you can read that letter on our website. During a hearing last week on the governor's executive budget for the next fiscal year, BBMR officials noted there is a $30 million gap in business privilege taxes that needs to be addressed. As part of efforts to enhance collections and bring in more revenue to GovGuam, Revenue Tax Director John Camacho has outlined a 10-point plan in hopes of closing the gap, the first of which is pursuing taxing internet sales.
We're looking at it right now, and I think that the main issue that we're looking is what is Congress going to do about this thing? Is Congress going to say interstate commerce sales are taxable? Then I think we can go from that, and that would be basically our strong point. Working with IRS and the businesses in the states to start collecting those taxes.
Other parts of the plan include hiring additional revenue agents to audit the tourism industry and identify non-compliant businesses, identify taxpayers who are required to file tax returns, hire tax auditors to handle the heavy caseload of large audits, and the reconciliation of withholding taxes with pension plans.
Elsewhere, construction on the Guam and Chamorro educational facility is expected to be completed sometime this month. Gita Real Property Division Manager Larry Toves tells us the construction of the museum is about 90% done, with the landscaping, the installation of glass windows, the painting of the facility, and the skylight arch all nearing completion. The museum's building was initially set to be completed late last year, but delayed as inland builders had issues on the delivery of critical material. Gita's imposed a liquidated damage fee of $1,500 for every day the construction was delayed. Gita has since collected over $600,000, which goes back into the project. No opening date has been set as of yet.
Providing housing for the thousands of delegates for the upcoming Festival of Pacific Arts is proving to be a challenge for the Department of Education. According to Deputy Superintendent Chris Anderson, delegates are expected to arrive and move into 8 designated DOE schools on May 20th. However, May 20th is also the last day of school for all students. He said DOE is working with the Guam Education Board on the matter. Although an upcoming calendar committee meeting will focus on the calendar for the following school year, he's hoping stakeholders will also address this pressing issue. A meeting is set for tomorrow.
Well, it builds upon a law creating more than 25 years ago, and today a public hearing was held on legislation to finally get some movement on a task force in charge of a Southern Development Master Plan. Senator Tommy Morrison's Bill 264 essentially puts Southern mayors in the driver's seat in leading the force. Agate Mayor Carol Tayama says simply, it's about time.
To mandate a mayor of the Southern districts to chair the creation of a Southern Development Master Plan is the most logical start. Who knows better the views of both the older and the younger generations of that village than their mayor? After all, who knows better what the villagers are asking and looking for than their mayors?
Senator. The bill was introduced in light of controversial plans to build high-rise developments in the South without the full feedback from Southern residents.
NAFAC is accepting public comments for the next 45 days on the Department of Defense's proposed projects at Anderson Air Force Base North Field in support of the Marine Corps realignment. The military is accepting comments on historic properties that might be affected. The proposed projects include a corrosion control hangar and low-rise facilities to support the Marine Aviation Logistics Squadron. The deadline to submit comments is April 13th. For more information, you can go to NAFAC's Pacific Cultural Information website.
Well, it is a cancer that is killing way too many Guamanians. As such, March marks Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month. The cancer continues to be the third for men and fourth for women leading cause of death on Guam. For the next few weeks, there will be conferences promoting wellness and colorectal cancer. And for more information, visit the Guam Comprehensive Cancer Control page on Facebook.
Stay tuned. Sports is next.
Sunday barbecues are better when there's more than enough bandwidth to share. Sign up for GTA Fiber to the Neighborhood today and enjoy faster internet on more devices. GTA, your island, your faster fiber network.
The University of Guam invites you to celebrate Charter Day on Tuesday, March 8th. The celebration begins at 9 a.m.
Explore the center court for a fun-filled day of food, games, and activities for the entire family.
Check out the Chamorro language competition at the Cabell Fieldhouse.
Take a campus tour, visit the UOG Marine Lab,
watch the finals of the President's Cup, and much more.
Join us for Charter Day at the University of Guam, Tuesday, March 8th, starting at 9 a.m.
University of Guam, no place like home.
Don't wait. If you've been thinking about buying your next vehicle, now is the time. Hundreds of brand new Hyundais, Dodges, Chryslers, Jeeps, Rams, and Fiats. Plus, quality used vehicles are all priced to move during Cars Plus massive markdown tent sale going on now through Monday in Mighty. From the asphalt to the mud trails, we've got you covered. On-the-spot financing available, but you gotta hurry. This sale absolutely ends Monday, February 29th. It's a massive markdowns tent sale going on now at Cars Plus and Mighty. Cars Plus, driven by you.
I am Jack Rainier.
I'm a baller.
I'm a golfer.
I'm swimmer.
Hey, neighbor.
We are parents of an athlete.
I am a coach.
We are volunteers.
Let me win. Can I win?
Let me be brave in the attempt.
Make a difference in an athlete's life. Be a part of Special Olympics Guam.
Keep our dreams alive.
Get involved today.
What AutoSpot in-house financing means to you is 3 simple benefits to buying a car: lower interest rates, flexible financing, and lower monthly payments. Yes, AutoSpot in-house financing brings mainland programs for island living. Whether you want to finance your new GMC, Buick, or Mitsubishi, AutoSpot can help you find the right monthly payment to fit your budget. Click on GuamAutospot.com or call 478-AUTO. You'll be amazed what we can do. Visit us today.
All right, Holiday Guam sitting in for the vacationing Dave Delgado. My name is Chris Barnett, KUAM Sports, and just the hugest, most ginormous show for you tonight. So let's get right to it with some double I, double AG playoff action schedules. Double I, double AG boys basketball playoffs, round 1. Southern High Dolphins 2-14 in the regular season at St. John's, 10-6 for the Knights. Harvest 4-12 at the Geckos. GW finishing with a 10-6 record. T-Gen winless 0-16. They take on the Bulldogs of Ukadu. Ukadu, of course, 10-6 this season. St. Paul's 5-11 at Notre Dame, 6-10. All right, round 1, of course, quarterfinals go down Friday. Of course, a big first round bye going out to the top 2 teams in each divisions, both the Godau and the Togat divisions. So we're going to see first place Father Duenas out there, Sanchez, Guam High, and the Islanders in the quarterfinals. That's Friday night. Keep it here on the show for more info, and good luck to all the teams. The 9th annual Rick's Reef Classic is set for this Saturday at Rick's Reef. And if Mother Nature cooperates, Guahan Napu President Willie Byerly says competitors and fans could be in for some solid waves, dude.
It's supposed to arrive early on Thursday, so hopefully it'll be big enough it'll last till Saturday.
And while big waves may make for some epic rides, Byerly says a bigger swell could leave some competitors out in the cold.
We don't want it too big because we're bringing in the women by popular demand. We haven't had them in the last couple of years because usually when we have the surf, it's like, 6 to 8 foot. So it gets a little bit hairy, like safety-wise. And we're eliminating the juniors because we only have a couple juniors, but the junior girls, they can enter the women's because some of the junior girls are as good as the older women.
In other surf news, Talafofo Bay has enjoyed a recent resurgence as a popular surf spot, and Byerly would like to thank some people for improved accessibility to bay facilities.
Lieutenant Governor Ray Tenorio, Mark Calvo from the governor's office, GVB and Parks and Rec for rescheduling the bathrooms at Talafofo. I explained to them that after last year with the typhoon, there's surf every day. So we have kids coming in and coming down after school. So they're opening the bathrooms now 7 days a week, 9 to 6.
So Saturday, Rick's Reef, get your quick dries on and let's go surfing now. And if for some reason the swell is a no-show, be sure to check out this show and we'll keep you in the loop. Are you ready for Submit? Submit, Guam's first submission-only grappling tournament, set to go down Wednesday, March 16th at the Sandcastle in Tumon. Now, the match card was narrowed down from nearly 300 registrants to what Submit founder Melker Manabusan calls the Sweat 16. 8 bouts, pitting the best of the beasts of Guam's grappling scene against each other.
Just overall submission grappling, no points. You can do everything, reaping, ankle locks, heel hooks, doesn't matter what belt. So you sign up and you know what you're getting yourself into. Yeah, no submission, no winner. You have to submit to win.
And submit to win, the competitors will do. With an aggressive referee style, Manabusan promises no one will lollygag their way through the 20-minute matches.
They tend to relax and wait and play back and just give a little bit and then retreat again so that they can let time run by, because they know that it's really hard to like sprint for 20 minutes. Well, our referee's job is to push the pace. So if you had a position or submission and you're just holding on for 15 seconds, our referee's going to tell you to action. Off his third call on action, he can stand up and break it up. We want action. You know what I mean? We don't want people to just take someone down, lie there for 10 minutes, and then try to submit the guy. That's super boring. You will never be back on our show. That's for sure.
Manabusan says with the explosive players on the submit card, matches could go any way, and the fighter who seems like he's winning could suddenly be on the losing end.
You know, I can be smashing the shit out of you. Okay, I'm all over you. I'm scoring. I'm running game on you. You, at 18 minutes, I get tired. You're like, okay, my turn. You take my back. You choke me out. You know what I mean? And that's the winner. So I can be running game on you for 18 minutes, and in the last 2 minutes you finish me. Who's the winner? So not how much transitions, not how much times I rolled around your mount to you, or swept you or took you down or pushed you all over the mat or swept you all over the mat. It's, was I able to finish you? I was unable to finish you. And you did your job as a martial artist, as protecting yourself, defending yourself. And you capitalize on my weakness, which was maybe I was tired. Maybe I created an opening, and you capitalize and you finish.
And now your official match card for Submit Youth Match. Ryan Martinez versus Stussy Sharoma. Carlson Gracie's Anthony Limtiaco versus Spike 22's Mike Titano. Figo's Norberto Rosario takes on Spike's Joey Crisostomo. Vita's Ed Santos versus Purebred's Josh Jerome. Purebred's Javier Morales versus Spike's Justin the Moderator Beneventi. Carlson Gracie's Kevin Cruz versus Purebred's Mike Sanchez. Unlimited MMA's JJ Ambrose versus Purebred's Eric Cian. And the first ever Chamorro Black Belt Battle main event. Black Belts Spike 22's Jacob Guerrero versus Purebred's Terrence Affligui. Wednesday, March 16th. Submit at the Sandcastle. For ticket information, visit Cauliflower Culture HQ in Tamuning across TikTok. And of course, we'll have more on Submit coming up here on the show. All right, well, it's time for me to tap out. My name is Chris Barnett, sitting in for the vacationing Dave Delgado. Hope you enjoyed the show. Until tomorrow, adios.
This is iPhone 6s. Not much has changed, except it responds to the pressure of your finger, which
When you come to Chuck E. Cheese's, you can see what's new.
New fun! New game! New cousin!
What's new?
New awesomeness!
Where a kid can't be a kid.
Get ready. It's time to party, to rally, to run in paradise. 5K, 10K, half marathon, and full marathon. All the fun in one great run, in one great half-a-day experience. Register today for the Guam International Marathon on April 10th.
Hey ho, on the road again. Moving on forward. stones won't break a bone. We're in the car on a highway. It's so magical, feeling that no one's got home. You're a catalyst to your happiness, you know. This is your home, it's alive, it's pumping blood. In a whole wide world, it's missing. It's missing.
You might be wondering what Mother Nature has in store for us because it's been rainy as of late, and tonight through Wednesday, we've got partly cloudy skies and isolated showers in our future. East winds blowing at 5 to 15 miles per hour, but the temperature, as it normally is when we use templated graphics, low of around 76, highs around 86. On Thursday, mostly sunny, that's positive, with a slight chance of light showers. East winds blowing at a stronger kick, 87 and 70 for the temperatures once again.
All right, beautiful weather to celebrate a birthday.
Yep.
Let's get to the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club. Happy 15th birthday going out to Jordan Diego from your mom, dad, John, and Treasure.
The family of Jasmine Quintanilla wishes her a very lovely birthday, and we hope you had a fantastic day.
Happy birthday going out to Nora Balahadia.
It is a sweet 16 today for Davina Regis. Love your family.
And happy birthday to a good friend of ours, Mr. Joseph Cameron. He is the president of the Department of Chamorro Affairs, and what a coincidence. Today's March 1st, Miss Chamorro.
Outstanding. You know, I haven't gotten a request, but I would bet that Joe would like you to sing happy birthday to him in Chamorro. We'll get back to that. All right. It's also happy belated birthday wishes maybe at the end of the show. Desiree Leon Guerrero has a birthday today, so happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, Desi. Happy birthday to Logan Cashman.
And happy birthday to Robert J. Wright. Can we get happy birthday in Chamorro? You know
Go
what?
ahead. Knock yourself out.
You know what?
Ready?
Let's play it safe because the happy birthday song, of course, is copyrighted now, and we just don't want to get involved with the lawyers and all that stuff. But tell you what, someone that is, everybody in the back.
The guys, wrap it up. That's our show.
Healthy
Thanks so
Living
much
is coming
for
up
watching.
next. Stay tuned for Lisa.
Closed captioning is brought to you by IT&D.
Hopin and welcome to the Healthy Living edition of KUAM News Extra. I'm Isa Baza. So glad you could join us. Coming up in tonight's show, we continue our road to the Guam International Marathon with training tips from Dr. Sarah Mina. Up next, we talk about kidney health with the Guam Memorial Hospital. But first, here's this week's Health Check Report with Joan Uggan-Charfris.
Health Check is presented by Island Cancer Center.
Rainbows for All Children is an international nonprofit organization and was established locally back in 2001. Executive Director Marie Holleran.
Our mission is to help children that are going through a loss. Loss of a parent, loss of a significant loved one through life-altering crisis. We help them heal from this loss by attending our support groups.
Rainbows Mend Hearts, Inspire Minds is this year's theme for the 28th annual Rainbows for All Children 3.5-mile run walk, which is set to take place on Saturday, March 5th at the Micronesia Mall. The proceeds from the event go directly to Rainbows to assist in their continued growth to include programs within Guam schools.
Every child should be healthy, safe, engaged, supported, and challenged while in school. So in order for them to succeed, they must feel safe. They must feel support from the faculty and the staff and the community that they're there to help. They're not alone.
Weddingale Elementary School Principal Evangeline Iglesias says that the Rainbows program has been at the Dededo campus for about 13 years. She says that it's helped students cope with various issues they have difficulty speaking up about.
These are just some of the ways that teachers through the Rainbows program can assist these students who are struggling. Currently at Weddingale Elementary School, there's about 13 teachers with one lead coordinator.
Registered Rainbow coordinator and facilitator Estela Calata was one of the first to undergo the training back in 2003. She says currently this school year, there are about 90 students within the program at Weddingale.
It's just a process of guiding the kids grieve because of the loss, whether it's traumatic event or through death of a parent or deployment or divorce or incarceration. So a lot of kids, they should have positive, good experiences as children, but not all of them have that. Some of them have been suffering, they're in pain, and so we want to help them.
Halloran has worked tirelessly in sharing the Rainbow's mission, along with Iglesias and Culata.
One of the things about Rainbows is, more importantly, the facilitators are able to help the children process their grief. There's different stages of grief. And in these sessions, they talk about their feelings of anger, feelings of frustration, happiness, right? That's what you talk about. And there's also, after all these feelings, they're able to accept what's happening.
Weddingale 5th grade student Roxy Alito has been a part of the program for 2 years and knows that she is not alone.
A lot of my classmates and my friends are with me in that class. I like the best about Rainbows is when we get to share what we did over break or the weekend.
Iglesias encourages all to register and participate in the Run Walk, which serves as Rainbow's big fundraiser.
I'm just asking for the support of the community in this program. It's a wonderful program. We need to sustain it. We need to support Marie and, being that coordinator, that leader of this Rainbows for Children.
Remember, the 20th annual Rainbows Run Walk will be held on Saturday, March 5th. The show time is 5:30 a.m. and go time is 6 a.m. at the Micronesia Mall. You can pre-register now for $10 at Mark's Sporting Goods and Hornet. Day of the race, it's $15. For more information, you can call Halloran at 632-0257, Francis Israel at 649-8020, or Marie Benito at 472-8978. With this week's Health Check Report, I'm Jonathan Charfus.
Health Check is presented by Island Cancer Center.
Thanks, Joan. Stay tuned. Up next, we talk about GIM training tips with Dr. Sarah Mina. We're back after this.
This program is brought to you by GTA, your island, your network.
At Island Cancer Center, we treat our patients and their families like our family. We have all been touched by cancer, and it is important to feel comfortable and secure under the care of our health professionals. You can count on us for skilled cancer specialists, the most advanced cancer-fighting technology on the island, and a commitment to caring for you or your loved one with compassion, respect, and empathy. Our family, treating your family.
Island Cancer Center, located on Guam Medical Plaza. Visit us at islandcancercenter.com or call 646-3363.
You know the rules. Eggs and sausage, hotcakes and butter. Morning fare, right? Well, McDonald's has thrown away those rules and opened a new world of possibilities. Now you're free to start enjoying the breakfast you love anytime you wish.
No way.
Yes way. Introducing McDonald's new all-day breakfast menu. Once, you changed how you ate breakfast. It's time to start changing when.
There are so many ways to stay connected and interact with the stations of KUAM online or via your mobile device. Like our pages on Facebook for news, promotions, and other exclusive features. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram for up-to-the-minute tweets, pics, and videos. Get social with the stations of KUAM to stay connected to our island home.
Hafide, and welcome back to Healthy Living. In honor of National Kidney Month, we're here at the Guam Memorial Hospital to talk about kidney health with Veronica Senzon and Redora Cruz. So for those in the community who don't know, what is the kidney and why is it so important for our body?
The kidney is one of our vital organs, and really what it does is filters all the toxins that we accumulate from our blood and from the intake that we take into our bodies. It's one of our vital organs that we must protect.
Okay, so is kidney disease a common illness here on island?
Kidney disease is more common here in the island of Guam because most people here are diabetes and with high blood pressure, diabetic type 1 and diabetes type 2. So in order for us to be not go to the kidney end-stage renal kidney disease, we have to take care of our body, especially we have to take care of diet, and then we have a frequent annual checkup with a doctor.
Okay, so what causes it? So if you mentioned that it's pretty common here on island, what causes kidney disease?
Usually, the most common cause is the diabetes and type 1 diabetes and type 2 diabetes. Plus, if you have a high blood pressure, that's the common cause of kidney disease.
Okay, so are these genetic factors or are these more so lifestyle factors?
It can be both. So if it's related in the family or it comes in the family, then it can be genetic. It also can be how we what we eat and how we lack of exercise and things like that. So it can be both genetic and lifestyle.
Okay, so we're here at the Guam Memorial Hospital right now. I know you guys both work in this field every single day. So can you tell us, for those who reach, who end up having kidney disease, how is it treated? And can you tell us a little bit about where we are and what you guys do?
If you are end-stage renal disease, you have to be end up on the dialysis treatment. Otherwise, if you are still young and if you are capable of getting a kidney transplant, you could get a kidney transplant to prevent more, to give more, prevent more further kidney injury to our body.
Okay, so for people who don't know, it's really common here on island. So a lot of people know someone who's on dialysis, but for those who don't know, what is dialysis? What does it do?
I think she could answer that more. She's on dialysis.
Dialysis, this is our kidney machine. There is like a kidney, artificial kidney, which is gonna be set up on this machine, and the blood that comes out from the body gonna filter here in this very cute kidney, artificial kidney. And then once the blood is filtering here clean, it gonna goes back to the body system. It's a very complicated kind of treatment to the patient, but it helps. It prolongs life. It's not a treatment, but it prolongs life of the patient.
Is there anything else someone can do? Is that the main treatment for kidney disease? Is there any other lifestyle changes they can make?
We still have that CAPD, continuous dialysis catheter, CAPD. I mean, they introduce a catheter in the stomach and the peritoneum, and then the patient will be the one to do it every 4 hours. But they can do it at home setting, and then family or the patient can able to do their usual activities.
Okay, so it's definitely really important to keep your kidney health to try to prevent this from happening. So can you give us some advice, some tips for people in the community? How can they keep their kidneys healthy?
In order for us to be keep our kidney healthy, we have to stick to our good diet, exercise, and we have that annual checkup with a doctor. And especially, you have to be compliant with our medication. blood pressure medication so that we will be able to maintain those this level of blood pressure parameters. Once our kidney is damaged, it's gonna be like it gives more injury to the kidney, so it's gonna be end up to a dialysis treatment.
Okay, so say, you're not really sure if you might have some kidney problems. What are the symptoms and how can you find out for sure if you do have kidney disease or any kidney problems?
Wow. I mean, what Veronica's saying is you really need to do that annual checkup with your physician. The blood work in alone can let them know whether your kidneys are failing or it's about to fail. So with that annual checkup, they can start early as with just medications and just like diet and exercise and try to prevent the long-term chronic dialysis. So that annual checkup with your physician is very important.
Okay, and finally, just to close it out, why are our kidneys so important and why is it important to keep them healthy?
A lot of times, Veronica's the dialysis nurse. I'm an ER nurse by trade. But really, when we learn about dialysis, it's something that's long-term. A lot of patients can go into depression because they really have to change their lifestyle to come and to get their treatment every other day. And it's really something that, a lot of us don't want to get into because you really just to stay, and it's like 4 hours. It's a 4-hour treatment. So that is, just to think of that machine, I think it'd be best to just try to prevent it in the first place.
All right, thank you, ladies. Really appreciate all the work you do here at the Guam Memorial Hospital. All right, well, stay tuned. We'll have more healthy living after the break.
Smiling is a natural response to joy, happiness, and excitement. Your smile reveals a lot about who you are. A healthy, beautiful smile can brighten your appearance and be an invitation to conversation and friendship. It is often one of the first things people notice about you. Now, thanks to the advancements in dentistry, you can have the smile you have always wanted, giving you an improved smile that looks and feels great.
My silver fillings that I have, they're getting older in my mouth and I need to replace them. So I've started to do that and I've replaced them with the white fillings and I've had really great success with that. It looks good, they feel natural, and it kind of goes hand in hand with the bleaching. I want a white look all around my mouth.
Ruby Tuesday now gives you more for lunch. Endless trips to the Fresh Garden Bar, plus add-ons, mini combinations, and even new meal options. It's the new lunchtime menu, available Monday to Friday until 2 p.m., only at Ruby Tuesday. More art. More food. More wine. Most fun. Join us for the 6th annual Guam is Good Wine, Food, and Art Festival. The place to be on March 5th from 6 to 10 p.m. at the Cars Plus showroom in Mighty. Tickets are $100 and include a collectible wine glass, endless unlimited wine tasting from a wide array of varietals with unlimited food pairings from Guam's top local restaurants and chefs. And don't forget the live entertainment, live art, and collection of artwork from local personalities and creatives. Get your tickets above Cup and Saucer in Hagatna or at Cars Plus. All proceeds benefit local patients in our community through the Edward M. Calvo Cancer Foundation. Presented by and also brought to you by
Hi, and welcome back to Healthy Living. I'm here at IHP with podiatrist Dr. Sarah Mina. She's going to give us some tips for the upcoming Guam International Marathon, which is only 5 weeks away on April 10. So, Doc, what can you tell us about the importance of foot health for runners?
So runners oftentimes have a lot of complaints, especially when it comes to running long distances, sprinting, or whatever it may be, whatever type of runner that they are. Oftentimes I hear a lot of plantar fasciitis, a lot of heel pain. And heel pain is usually presented as first steps in the morning are the most painful, and especially during running and running long distances. I usually tell my runners that first thing they have to choose really good shoes, supportive shoes such as Asics. New Balance is also a really good running shoe that I suggest to my runners. Something that will really support their arch, has a good comfortable sole, a good thick sole, and that will propulse them forward as they run throughout their gait stance. I tell a lot of my runners as well to stretch before and after running. Not just doing the typical runner stretch against the wall, but also taking a towel, the bottom of the foot, pulling the foot up towards their knee. And also icing is very good after their runs as well too, because oftentimes runners get things called shin splints, and it's pain in front of the leg that causes inflammation in that area. And I usually recommend some over-the-counter anti-inflammatories along with icing regimens.
Okay, so let's start off with the pain in the heel that you mentioned earlier. So this is very common with a lot of distance runners. What causes this, and how can you prevent it?
So what causes plantar fasciitis, which is called the heel pain, is a tightness of the heel cord. Everybody has a band at the bottom of their foot that creates that arch that we have in our foot. And when that band is too tight, that's when you get that pain in the heel. That's why I tell my runners to stretch daily, usually about 5 times a day. It really only takes about 3 to 5 minutes to do. You stretch before your runs and after your runs, and that usually will prevent that heel pain from coming back.
All right, I know you also mentioned the importance of wearing good supportive shoes. I actually learned this the hard way when I ran my very first half marathon. I was doing it all wrong and wore the wrong shoes. So now I'm actually using Asics. But what I found out is that I actually overpronate. So can you tell us a little bit about overpronating and underpronating and what runners need to do to address that?
So overpronation is actually a term called flat foot. And usually people know that they're flat-footed when they see that their arch touches the ground when they stand. That actually gets worse and it's more pronounced when you run. So overpronators or flat foot runners are people that should really invest in a very good pair of shoes. Ones that are very supportive in the arch. Like I said earlier with the Asics and the New Balance, they have really good arch supports in them. Also, there's an option to purchase over-the-counter or custom orthotics. And those are inserts that you can place into any shoe type, especially your running shoes, that can support the arch for you if your shoe doesn't already have that into it.
So most people might know that they overpronate, but if they're not really sure, what the best course of action just to visit a podiatrist like yourself?
Absolutely. If you just visit a foot doctor, they can evaluate you and they'll be able to determine whether or not you are an overpronator, you have a flat foot, or you have other issues going on that's causing pain in your feet.
And I think that's something a lot of people don't really think about when they run, say, their first long race, a half marathon or a 10K, but it makes a really big difference, and just a small change like that could really impact your running. So another thing I wanted to touch on was, you mentioned this earlier, shin splints. And so I've had a really bad problem with this in the past. I don't get it so much lately, But when you're building on those miles, maybe you're running your first half and you're getting up there 10 miles or so, sometimes it can just come every time you run. So what causes shin splints and how can you prevent it?
So the cause of shin splints is an inflammation of the front of the leg. Usually a lot of people that are too tight, their tendons, their ligaments, their everything in their muscles, and they're too tight and they're not warm enough. They don't warm up enough during prior to runs or even just working out. Shoe gear plays a really important role when it comes to preventing shin splints. If your shoes are too flat and they don't have enough support, you will feel a lot more of that impact when you hit the ground. So that will in turn cause a lot of inflammation in the front of your legs, and that causes a lot of pain. So I tell my patients that have shin splints, or my patients that are very active people that do a lot of high impact activities, to make sure, number one, they get a good pair of shoes, something that can absorb the impact and their weight essentially at the same time too. And making sure that not only are they supportive, but also they're warming up prior to their activities. So stretching, once again, stretching prior to your activities and after will prevent that.
Okay, let's say you're already pretty far into your training, the marathon and half marathon. There's also a 5K and 10K. It's only 5 weeks away. So if you're getting these shin splints every single run, and it's really painful, should you continue to run through that, or should you cut down on your miles? What's your recommendation?
That's a good question. So I recommend that you cut it down. Your body's obviously telling you that it's in pain, it's hurting, so you should slow down. The body is a great telltale of what you should be doing. If you're feeling a lot more pain, then you need to ease up on your workouts. Maybe only running half a mile to 2 miles, whatever it may be, at whatever distance runner that you are that day, and then slowly increasing it until you're feeling more comfortable.
All right, well, thanks so much, Dr. Mina. Don't forget, if you have any questions, you can visit her here at IHP. For all those training, don't forget to post your pictures online with the hashtag GIM training for our social media promo. Here's this week's winner.
Your community calendar is brought to you by Taco Bell. Whether it's your first meal or your fourth meal, we've got you covered. Taco Bell, live Más.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
Blacksmithing, precise, essential, timeless, forging its place in history from one generation to another. Molding, shaping, transforming the ordinary into art. Each strike, each spark ignites a story of who I am, who we were, and who we are as a community, as Pacific Islanders. At the 2016 Festival of Pacific Arts,
we will share our story.
Don't wait. If you've been thinking about buying your next vehicle, now is the time. Hundreds of brand new Hyundais, Dodges, Chryslers, Jeeps, Rams, and Fiats, plus quality used vehicles are all priced to move during Cars Plus massive markdown tent sale. Going on now through Monday in Mighty. From the asphalt to the mud trails, we've got you covered. On-the-spot financing available, but you gotta hurry. This sale absolutely ends Monday, February 29th. It's a massive markdowns tent sale going on now at Cars Plus and Mighty. Cars Plus, driven by you.
More art, more food, more wine, most fun. Join us for the 6th annual Guam is Good Wine, Food, and Art Festival. The place to be on March 5th from 6 to 10 p.m. at the Cars Plus showroom in Mighty. Tickets are $100 and include a collectible wine glass, endless unlimited wine tasting from a wide array of varietals with unlimited food pairings from Guam's top local restaurants and chefs. And don't forget the live entertainment, live art, and collection of artwork from local personalities and creatives. Get your tickets above Cup and Saucer in Hagatna or at Cars Plus. All proceeds benefit local patients in our community through the Edward M. Calvo Cancer Foundation. Presented by and also brought to you by
Well, that's it for tonight's show. Don't forget, if there's a health topic you'd like to see me cover, email me at healthyliving@kuam.com. That's it. We'll see you next week, and stay healthy, Guam.
Closed captioning is brought to you by IT&E,